What if I told you the most famous Bible in the world was never written by a prophet, a preacher, or even a saint? It was commissioned by a king, a man born into chaos, raised in danger, and crowned before he could even speak. A man whose decision 400 years ago still shapes the way you pray, the way you speak, and even the words you use every single day. This is the untold story of King James, and the Bible that changed everything. Stick around, because by the end of this story, you'll never hear the words, "in the beginning," the same way again. James's life began like a tragedy. His mother, Mary Queen of Scots, was forced to flee when he was still a baby. At just 13 months old, the crown of Scotland was placed on his tiny head. Imagine that a king before he could even walk. But royalty didn't protect him. His childhood was full of betrayal. Enemies plotted against him. His life was constantly in danger. He grew up lonely, suspicious, and hardened by survival. When James became King of England in 1603, he inherited more than a throne. He inherited a kingdom on the edge of collapse. Catholics, Protestants, and Puritans were tearing the country apart. Every sermon, every prayer, and every Bible was a weapon in a holy war. Then came the turning point. In 1604, at the Hampton Court Conference, religious leaders argued for reforms. Voices clashed. Tensions rose. Some demanded radical change. Others refused to budge. And in the middle of the chaos, King James made a daring decision. He called for a brand new translation of the Bible. Not one side's Bible, not another's, but a single Bible that could belong to everyone. A Bible that could unite his kingdom. 47 of the most brilliant scholars were chosen. They were divided into 6 groups. For 7 long years, they worked in candlelit rooms, surrounded by scrolls and manuscripts. They compared ancient Hebrew texts, Greek writings, and Latin translations. They argued over words. They polished sentences. They asked not just, "Is this correct?" but "Does this sound like Scripture?" They wanted a Bible that was true to the original, but also majestic, poetic, unforgettable. And in 1611, their work was complete. The King James Bible was born. But here's the suspenseful twist: James himself never translated a word. He never sat with pen in hand. His role wasn't to write. His role was to inspire, to authorize, to create a vision. And that vision changed the world. The King James Bible wasn't just a book. It was a revolution. Its words echoed through churches, spread across nations, and traveled on ships with explorers and settlers. It shaped the way presidents spoke, the way poets wrote, the way preachers,